So a question I often get is, what is the difference between the general fund appeal and the capital appeal building fund support? And the simplest way to say it is our general fund appeal helps support the actual budget that we put forward every year. The congregation votes on that at the annual meeting. The capital appeal building fund support is set up specifically as a 3-year pledge, and it will focus on the mortgage that we have, as well as the projects that have been identified. Our facilities team has really thought about a lot of things. We have an ongoing spreadsheet of multiple items that need to be addressed in the future, and when we looked at all of those items, we actually then decided, as we talked and figured out, that these were the things that bubbled up to the what should we focus on in the next 3 years. So the main focus of the capital appeal is to ensure that we're raising money to cover our mortgage for 3 years. The appeal runs from May 1st of 2024 to April 30th of 2027. And in that time, we have 36 months of our mortgage that we need to pay, a regular monthly mortgage. That is the first thing that we have to do. Just like you at your own home or apartment, we need to make sure that that's paid for, so we have a place to do all the ministries that we are doing and want to continue to do. In addition to that, one of the main goals is to help renovate our existing fellowship hall. We've lost some insulation in walls, so that's a major part of the project. There's some very damaged areas, which include our doorway that goes to the exterior part of the fellowship hall, to the sidewalk that goes outside. The flooring itself needs repair. In addition to that, many of our congregation who uses the fellowship hall know that the chairs that we have in that space have really lived their life, and they are in desperate need of getting replaced. Part of the fellowship hall renovation would go into the kitchen just a little bit, and that will be to regrout in our kitchen. We want to make sure that it is a well-kept space, not only for today, but for the future of our congregation. Some of you may have noticed when you're in the sanctuary that we have some lights out. This is not because the bulbs themselves have gone out. This is because we have some fixture issues that actually need full replacing. When it's dimly lit or poorly lit, that isn't a good experience for those that are in the space. And we want to make sure that it is, again, cared for, so that we have a very well-kept building for years to come. And again, it's not just bulbs that we're talking about. We're talking about true functionality of the fixtures that we need to take care of. There is a bathroom that is just to the outside of the fellowship hall, down towards the children's ministry wing and the harbor food shelf, that has not yet been updated. There is not only aesthetically, they are not current to the rest of the building, but there's some actual safety issues with the interior of those spaces. So we really need to tend to them and help make sure that we are setting it up so that they're safe for visitors, our kids, all age groups that are here in the building. The Facilities Committee has also recommended that we be good stewards and have an amount put away in our building reserve fund. The reason for that is because we have some very large expenditure items. One of those examples is our rooftop HVAC units. And you know, they go for multi-thousands of dollars if they need to be replaced. And Our facilities committee has certainly identified that we have some of those units that are coming to end of life, and we need to be prepared for those costs when those costs arise. We really need to be thoughtful about those things that we can't predict that are going to need some attention for the future. We need to make sure that we have heat in the building. We need to make sure that in the summertime we actually have air conditioning, and we need to have all of those things functioning the best we can. We have some mission funding built into the capital appeal as well. And the mission funding would be something that we're hopeful to do after all of the other goals are met. The congregation is really important in helping to make this particular capital appeal succeed. Certainly pray for it. Pray for the success of it. Pray for all of the people that are working on making this be a successful appeal. If you're able, certainly think about sending in a pledge. Pray for the course of the projects. We know that it will displace us a bit in order to take steps forward and improve the building. We need to get in the way of some of the things that happen in the building. So provide patience and prayers for those things that need to happen while the projects are taking place.